Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. So, I'm just going to do a small update on my progress in Pillars of Eternity Deadfire, which I've made a few videos on already. The other reason I'm making a video at this moment is because I'm trialling out a few different things. It's been mentioned many times on the channel. I know myself is that I get bad echo feedback on the mic. I've changed mics a few times. It's basically a problem with the size of the room, and there's a limited amount of things I can do. I've tried playing with the sound on the speakers, turning the speakers off, but that doesn't make any difference. So I'm trialing a thing where I'm laughing as I'm doing it. I'm actually wearing a rather large towel over my head. And I'm laughing at myself because if anyone had ever told me I'd be doing that and it's midnight in London, so at midnight in London I would have told them, yeah, right. But I'm wearing a rather large towel over my head just to see how the echo plays out with that kind of covering some of the maybe reflective surfaces. As I said, I've tried lots of different things already, and it's limited amounts of things I can do because part of it is where I live and it's the size of the room, and it's a limited amount of things I can possibly do, but I will do anything I can. So with other possibilities utilised, such as changing mics and moving positions in the room and playing with the sound on the speakers and muting the sound on the speakers, I've now tried a towel on the head, much more simple and cost-effective measure if it actually works. Anyway, so that's the first reason I'm making this video. The second reason is just an update on thoughts on Pillars of Eternity Deadfire. So I've been playing it on quite a bit, along with a few other games that I always do, and I've got to most of the places that I kind of wanted to get to from when I started getting out into the real world, and that is Dunwich, which is a separate, distant place. I'll show you the map if I can see it under my towel. So I've got to quite a lot of different places. I've sailed around quite a bit. I've done quite a few bounties now. I've still got to basic, one skull places on islands which is a danger level, I guess, where it says, which is quite helpful actually, it says you're not leveled up for this or something similar to this area and you won't do well, so don't try it. So I didn't. Yeah, I've explored quite a bit now, and firstly, again, in comparison to Pathfinder, because that's the game that I was playing a lot before, both Kingmaker and War of the Righteous, which is what brought me on to this. I much prefer the sailing way of getting around than the walking around. That's not that Pathfinder could do a sailing part, because it's not that kind of game based on islands, but when you have that Pathfinder thing, when you basically go walking with your group, you don't get very far without needing to rest, and you encounter random enemies which are really more annoying than they are dangerous, and they become more annoying than they are fun, because you get to a point where you can kill them all and it's just a hassle to have to waste time doing it. So I much prefer the ship system, where you are travelling with ships. You get to do naval combat, which is a kind of turn-based thing, or you can board the ship, or you can do naval combat and board the ship, and then you've got things involved with your crew, which I will show you. So you've got a crew, you've got all your resources, you can get different cannons. I've upgraded my hull a little bit. I could have upgraded my sails, but I decided it wasn't worth it. I'm saving up for something better. And you can upgrade all the bits and pieces of your ship, and you can upgrade all your crew. That's all the storage I've got, but these are all my crew, and you can see it there, it says expert, deckhand, and they started off being novices. A few of them, I think that one I hired as experienced, and that one I hired as experienced, but they've got better. And the ones that were novices, she's still a novice navigator, but they're all pretty upgraded, and I like the system with the boarding. I like the system with the ship combat. I like the fact you can do both. I like the fact you can show you different cannons with different ranges, and you can use a mix of cannons. The ones I've got are a mixture of what I bought and what I salvaged from wrecked ships that I sunk, basically. So I salvaged them from that, and yeah, I like that better than the walking around in Pathfinder. Not that they could do that in Pathfinder, but I like the system better. I found, and I don't know if it's just me, and it may be because I played Pathfinder first, it may be because I've not played this game as long, but I don't find the characters quite as engrossing, including myself, so that's a weird thing to say. So the character that's me in this, I don't feel I know myself, which sounds very philosophical, but I don't feel I really know my character. When I'm playing in the combat, I feel like I'm just playing another character. I'm not really me, whereas in Kingmaker, in both the games of Kingmaker, in Pathfinder, Kingmaker and War of the Righteous, I felt very much that I was me. I was the Baroness, or the wannabe Baroness in Kingmaker, and I was the chosen one, or the army leader, or the great general, whatever it was in War of the Righteous. I can't remember the title, but I felt very much that I was that person, and I made those kind of decisions, and I felt by the way the others kind of related to me, I felt like that. Yeah, I don't in this. And the other characters I don't feel are quite as engaging as some of the ones like Amiri in Kingmaker, and Allurashay in I think that's how you say it, in War of the Righteous, and his others, but that may be because I've not played the game as much, or it may be because I played that first, and so I kind of got used to those characters, and then a sort of follow-up game with similar kind of mechanics and similar kind of characters doesn't impact me as much. I don't know, but that's just my kind of thought. And as for the rest of the game, so far it's yeah, I'd say it's similar of interesting content. It's slightly more complicated because of the sailing part, so you're not just walking to places on a map, you're sailing to different places. But apart from that, so far so good. I've not encountered any game destroying systems, as with the advisor system and your capital system in Kingmaker, and with the army crusader mode in War of the Righteous with morale. So I've not discovered any systems that are like, oh my god, that's really impossible to deal with. So far so good, but I'm not as far into this game as I was with those two, so maybe something horrific will dawn on me in my future of this game. But at the moment I'm enjoying it, except not with a towel on my head. So thanks for listening to my update and watching, and from Guessagaingaming, wearing a towel, take care for now.